Hello everyone, I'm back with this week's chapter of Babbling Demons. This is chapter 8 by Anxious Astronaut 18. As always, leave any future fanfiction recommendations in the comments for anything you'd like me to read in the future, one-shots or long-form series, just anything. Um, as always, there is a trigger warning for this whole series. However, this specific chapter does not have any mentions of self-harm in it, so there won't be any warnings in this one, but I'm going to read the trigger warning anyway, just because there is stuff throughout the whole series. So the trigger warning from the author of our themes of self-harm, anxiety, and depression are expressed within this story. Trigger warning. Please do not read if these themes upset you. Trigger warning. Once again, there's none of that in this chapter. However, there are themes of that in other chapters. And now that all that is out of the way, here's the fanfiction. I hope you guys enjoy. Jason's POV. Zeus began the festival. The music started again, and demigods slowly disappeared back into the courtyard. The gods shrunk to human size in order to better converse with their children. Zeus watched Ares go straight to Clarice and slap her on the back. She grinned as she launched into a conversation with him. Hermes joined Connor and Travis, who were both eating. Artemis was conversing quietly with Talia. Even though some of the demigods did not get recognized, Jason could see that their parents wanted to make an effort in keeping contact with them. Zeus would not be making any effort to keep contact with him after the stunt his friends just pulled. He looked around for Nico, knowing he had been shaken up by what Zeus had said, but the son of Hades was nowhere in sight. Hades appeared to be looking for his son as well, stopping to talk to Hazel on his search for Nico. Jason's eyes landed on Percy, Annabeth, Leo, and Calypso, all speaking to each other. He strode over, ready to lecture them on antagonizing Zeus. He stopped as he listened to what Calypso was saying. You really did try to save me? You asked the gods to pardon me as your reward for saving Olympus? Well, of course. What kind of person do you think I am? Percy asked. I don't know. I just didn't think you would do that for me. Nobody ever had. Everyone had someone else they loved. It doesn't matter if I loved you or not. I still cared about you and considered you a close friend. You saved me, after all. I had to return the favor. But you didn't return the favor to us now, did you? Annabeth said snarkily. When you cursed my name, cursed me to your own fate? What are you... Oh, gods, you know... How do you know about that? Calypso put her hand over her mouth in shock. Because when we were in Tartarus, we were attacked by Ari. Do you know what those are? Annabeth asked. Calypso looked at her feet. Yes. I killed one, and I was cursed. I was subjected to your pain, your despair. I was to perish alone and abandoned. I understand that you lived with that your whole life, but you didn't even know me. How could you curse me like that? Tears were threatening her eyes. Percy rubbed at her back. I am so beyond sorry. Annabeth, you have no idea. A tear slid down the former goddess's face. You're right. I don't know. What I do what I do know is that your curse almost killed me and Percy. Can you blame me? After everything I went through? Calypso questioned. Can I blame you? You've been through a lot, but so have we all. Yes, you were stuck on your island prison. Percy and I went through Tartarus and lived to tell the tale. Because of you, I was almost trapped down there. Percy almost lost his life. I'm sorry that you had terrible trials, but this is the real world. Every single person goes through tough times and is expected to get up and act like nothing is wrong. I've been through so much. I'm allowed to be upset and angry with you for cursing me. She finished, her face red with anger. Calypso looked ashamed. I am so sorry. I had no idea that was going to happen to you. If I had known, I would have changed what I had done. I went through so much pain, but that gave me no right to curse you when I didn't even know you. Please forgive me. Please. Annabeth didn't say anything. Calypso turned her eyes to Percy. Percy? I know that you didn't know who she was or how terrible the consequences would be. I also understand the trials you went through, but I also understand what Annabeth went through. She didn't deserve that. That isn't fair. When is anything in life fair? Annabeth looked at Calypso. I understand that you're sorry, and eventually I will forgive you, but I need time to process what has happened. I understand. I'm so sorry. You have no idea, Calypso said. Annabeth held out her hand. Calypso grasped it and pulled her into a hug. Annabeth started crying as the weight of what really happened in Tartarus hit her. As they continued the touching moment, Jason lightly cleared his throat. Only Percy and Leo heard him as they looked up at him. He beckoned them to follow. They followed him into a secluded corner. "What in the world were you two thinking, pulling a stunt like that? My father could have killed you. He almost did. What were you thinking?" Jason exclaimed. "We were thinking that we wanted to right a wrong that was in the world. She deserved to be apologized to, and it wasn't a hard thing for the gods to do. So I took a chance," Leo reasoned. "And it paid off. No one got hurt, and I got what I wanted." "Still, that was an insanely risky thing to do. You offended Zeus, Jupiter, whatever, and he holds grudges for quite some time. Now, if we ever try to ask my father for help again, he might not be so willing to help us." "He never fulfilled the promise that he made to me. I wanted to ensure he did," Percy said, "and someone had to stand up to him. For everything that he's done and for what he said about Nico in front of everyone, that was uncalled for. Is he okay?" Jason, he felt a tap on his shoulder. It was Will. His eyes were filled with fear. "Have you seen Nico? I can't find him." Jason brought him into the small circle they had formed. "No, I was coming to look for him when I ran into these knuckleheads." "That was brave, what y'all did. Brave, but stupid," Will pointed out. "Yeah, we already got the lecture from Jason. You were pretty brave too, Will, defending Nico like that, after everything that has happened," Percy praised him. "Well, I still love him, and that's why I want to find him. The things Zeus said about him, Nico didn't want to be exposed like that," Will said, obviously worried about the son of Hades. He was twisting the bracelets on his wrist. "And that offer Hades made him? It's a lot to process. You need to find him." Jason surveyed the room as he spoke. Where was Nico? At least Athena convinced Zeus to agree. When you think about it, none of the other gods on the council seemed to have a problem with us standing up to Zeus, Percy realized. None of us did. They all turned as Poseidon, Athena, and Hephaestus approached the group. Poseidon went on. "My brother needs to be put in his place sometimes, even by insignificant demigods," he said jokingly, winking at Percy. Percy smiled, nodding back. "And I'm sure that Mr. D'Angelo could succeed and accomplish great things as his father's second in command." Athena's gray eyes scanned the group before landing on Will. "With the proper care and support." She held eye contact for a minute before blinking and looking away. "Now where is my daughter? Ah, I've just located her. Thank you, boys." She walked away, looking regal. Jason was shocked at the similarity between her and Reyna. He was surprised the goddess of wisdom wasn't Reyna's mother. "Yikes, she's intimidating. That would be a rough dinner if you had to go meet the parents, Jackson." Leo nudged Percy. "Yeah, trust me, she hated me at first. I think staying with her daughter through Tartarus kind of showed her that I actually had her daughter's best interest at heart." Percy watched as Athena and Annabeth spoke. Athena brushed a tear away from Annabeth's face. That was the first time Jason had truly seen Annabeth break down, and while it was shocking, he was surprised it had taken so long. She had dealt through so much, as had Percy and Nico. Poseidon moved next, grasping Percy's hand and pulling him into a hug. Percy looked shocked as Poseidon started talking about how proud he was of him. Hephaestus went for a handshake, and Leo went for a high five. They both stopped and ended up doing an awkward fist bump. Jason and Will backed away so that they could give their friends time with their parents. Time that neither Jason nor Will would get that night. "Let's go find Nico and make sure he's okay," Jason directed. They walked around the courtyard, coming across Piper and Reyna. "We're looking for Nico. Have you seen him?" Jason asked Piper. "We haven't seen him. He got pretty shaken up in there. You two need to find him," Reyna said seriously. Whatever Piper was going to say was interrupted by the arrival of Aphrodite. "Piper, my love, how are you?" Jason and Will turned to see Aphrodite coming back up to the courtyard. She smiled serenely. "Mother, hello." She spotted Jason. She grasped his arm. Her beauty overwhelmed him. "And you must be Jason. Oh, I'm so excited to finally meet you." "Yes, it's very nice to meet you. Will and I were in the middle of something that we need to—" Aphrodite cut off Jason's rambling. "Nonsense! Will doesn't need you when he goes to his boyfriend." Everyone's eyes got wide. Don't all look surprised. I'm the goddess of love. I know these things, she laughed. In fact, I just finished talking to him. What a sad demigod. He's in one of the empty palaces down the hill. If you want to go find him, she told Will. She pulled him to the side. And you might want to hurry. He's planning on taking off soon. We can't have my favorite couple split up. I, thank you. I'll go find him, Will said, starting to move. Aphrodite stopped him. Be gentle with him. He's going through a lot, she said, concern flooding in her beautiful eyes. Of course, I'll do my best. You'd better. Get to it, boy. She turned back to Jason, Piper, and Reyna. Jason watched as Will jogged down the mountain and to the empty palace that Aphrodite had pointed to. Nico's POV. After Zeus had adjourned the council, Nico had rushed out of the throne room. He hurried through the courtyard, begging himself to stay calm. He was surprised by what his father had offered him. He couldn't wrap his mind around it. His mind started racing along with his heart. Was he even qualified to be his father's second in command? Zeus didn't believe so. Why had Zeus called him out in front of everyone? Everyone probably thought he was weak, even the gods. He ran into an abandoned castle a little farther down Mount Olympus. He paced the room as he entered. He was panicking. He was weak. He wasn't mentally strong enough. He wasn't mentally strong enough to be his father's second in command. He couldn't control his powers, much less his emotions. How should he be expected to help run the underworld? What was wrong with him? He just wanted to be strong enough. He wanted to be powerful. He wanted to be able to protect those he loved, without them needing to protect him. He hit a wall out of frustration. Maybe he would take Maybe he would take his father up on his offer and leave Camp Half-Blood and live in the underworld. That could work. There, he wouldn't be able to cause any pain or make any mistakes that could cause harm to his friends. His friends. They all probably thought he was weak and broken. He had to get away from it all. He turned to leave, but was blocked from leaving by a very beautiful woman, Aphrodite. Your ladyship? Nico inclined his head in greeting. She waved it off. Oh, none of that. What's going on? Why are you fighting with Will? You guys are so cute together. It's hard to talk about, Nico said, expressionless, though his heart clenched as he spoke. I know, but you have to tell me what's going on, she pleaded. I It's my business, not anyone else. Nico crossed his arms over his chest defensively. Honey, this is exactly what my business is. I promise, it's in my job description. Aphrodite sweetly smiled. Her eyes were exactly the color of Will's, her hair an identical hue to Will's. It was distracting Nico, making it harder to focus. He longed for the son of Apollo, but he knew that he knew that it was something he could not have. Well, I don't really want to talk about it, so you're fighting a losing battle. Oh, but fighting for love, that's the best part. It shows that you are passionate about what you want. The thrill of the chase is half the reason why people fall in love in the first place. I don't love him. He doesn't love me, Nico said feebly. That's a lie and you know it. Of course he loves you. And peering into your mind, I know you love him too. Warmth and understanding flooded from Aphrodite's eyes. I just don't exactly have the best track record with love. He kicked at the ground. Are you talking about Percy? We both know that was just you falling in love with your hero. Oh, you're talking about Eros? Is that what you're talking about? I did love Percy at one point. Nico didn't know why he was opening up to a goddess he barely knew. She was just so easy to talk to, and probably because she was emulating Will. But the worst thing about love is when your son made you do. But the worst thing about love is what your son made me do. Face it, admit it. You're so used to keeping things bottled up, son of Hades, Aphrodite noted. It's what I do. It's what I was expected to do back when I was younger, when being gay wasn't accepted, so I learned to keep things to myself. I've had so many experiences that others don't understand or can't fathom, so I just keep them to myself. I don't like being exposed in front of people, which is what Zeus did today, and it was humiliating. Nico looked at his shoes. Your friends all looked ready to attack Zeus for revealing your private information. Why are you so afraid of letting your friends, who love and care about you, in? She was getting to the root of his problems, stuff he didn't like to talk about. I don't know. Nico, don't lie. I just don't. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm even talking to you about any of this. I barely know you. he yelled. He dropped down in a chair that had a sheet draped over it, head in his hands. Aphrodite waited. I guess I'm scared of rejection. I'm scared that people will not like who I am as a person and will not want to deal with any of my problems. I don't want people to think that I'm weak, to discover that I'm weak and take advantage of that. So many people have left me, whether by choice or by dying. I don't want to lose anyone else. So I isolate myself so that I won't lose anyone else, so that no one can isolate me, Nico admitted. But then I'm responsible for the destruction of my own happiness. I break everything I try to control in my life, but I can't always control my powers and emotions. They overwhelm me, and everything falls to shambles. Aphrodite daintily sat next to him. But not everything needs to fall to shambles. Your friends will not abandon you. They love you. Trust me, I know. To be happy, you will have to allow yourself to become happy. You have to open your heart and let people in to help you. You have to open your heart to love and understanding. I know you've been wronged by people who you consider your friends, but that doesn't mean everyone will hurt you. You sometimes just have to take a leap of faith. But sometimes I hurt them, and I don't want to hurt them, Nico revealed. Often in friendships and relationships, we inadvertently hurt the ones we love. If someone truly loves you, then they will forgive you for hurting them. You just have to have faith, trust, and understanding, all key factors to relationships and friendships. She really knew what she was talking about. They were silent for a moment before Aphrodite stood. Now, I have really genuinely enjoyed our conversation, but I have to rejoin the festivities. Care to come with me? She held out a hand. Nico shook his hand. No, I'd rather be alone for a while. While Aphrodite had been convincing, it hadn't been enough. She sighed. I know you want to leave and isolate yourself once again, but can you do one thing for me? Nico nodded. There's a very special demigod who needs to talk to you. I know you don't want to, but can you please just hear him out and try to understand where he's coming from? For me, before you leave? Nico hated to do it, but Aphrodite had really helped him. Of course. She clapped her hands in delight. Fabulous! It was really wonderful to talk to you, Nico, she exclaimed, grasping his hands. You as well. She released him and flowed out of the palace. He put his head back in his hands. He had just exposed his deepest fears to a goddess of love, a goddess prone to gossip. If Zeus was bad, this would be 10 times worse. What had he done? That was Battling Demons, Chapter 8 by Anxious Astronaut 18. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share to all of your Percy Jackson and Solangelo obsessed friends, comment, and subscribe because if you like this, you'll probably like my other content. And I will see you guys next week with Chapter 9. Goodbye!